What's up, everybody? This is Kiwan, and I am back with Young, Famous, and African. All right, season 3, episode 3, Showdown. All right. So, yeah, the episode picks back up with Zari and Annie. They're still arguing. She Annie gropes Swanky in. Swanky tells Annie, um, listen, it's not always everybody. It's basically you. I don't want to argue. I thought we was good. So Swanky was like, I ain't got time, and he walked out. Before he walked out, he tells her that he had a conversation with Fantana, and Fantana told him what happened at the lunch she had with Annie. And so that's when Annie and Swanky started to argue about whatever. Annie kept telling him, show everybody the voice notes. Like, she keep talking about this voice note that she said doesn't exist, but Swanky said it exists. Swanky tells Annie everyone can't be wrong about her. And in this moment, Annie does seem like a loose cannon, but you can tell it's something more. Like, I don't know what's going on with her, but I noticed, like, her body language, she's very jittery. She not tweaking. I don't know. Something is off. Like, something is truly off with Annie. The way she moves her head, the way she moves her hand. Like, I paid attention even in her confessional, how she moves her head from side to side, and she do this all the time. Something is off. Something is really, really wrong. Okay. So Zari goes outside behind Swanky, talks to him, and asks him, what is the voice note that Annie keeps talking about? Swanky explains he was on the phone with Annie while she was talking to her manager, so she must have plugged him in without knowing he was plugged in. He said he heard a lot of negative things he heard Annie say a lot of negative things to her manager about him. And when he heard everything, he decided to go ghost. Because but that really hurt Swanky's feelings. Whatever he heard on that voice note, y'all, my mouth dry. It hurt his feelings. Sorry. It hurt his feelings, so he decided to go ghost. But then after a while, he decided, you know what? I'm just going to move forward, apologize, but I know my limit with Annie now, because whatever happened, it really destroyed a friendship that they had over a decade. And he also says that he's actually tired of Annie doing a smear campaign on him. And he said, even I'm tired of Annie always doing a smear campaign on me, even after all the times I defended her. And he has defended her a lot. And Swanky is in tears, y'all. I felt bad for Swanky. I also felt bad for Annie, but I also understand that Annie is also needy. But there is something underneath all of that besides that husband of hers. Something is happening. And I think, now y'all, hold up, I could be wrong, but we see that there is a lot of growth in Swanky, and Swanky is busy. Now, I didn't know these people prior to the show, but it seems like Annie has always been used to Swanky, like she's always been a lot bigger than Swanky. And I think as she see him grow, he's more evolved. He's around different people, and it takes away from the relationship him and Annie once had. And I think that there is some jealousy there. Y'all, I could be wrong. But I think that was once part of it. I think that there was a frustration that she probably never expressed. She probably was just like, okay, I'll just let it go. But then she's expressed it to other people, kind of like what she's doing now. She's still hurt because her and Swanky are not where they used to be. And I don't think it's going to get to a better place. I think that their friendship has ended. I'm sorry. I just think that their friendship has ended. Annie does continue. She continues to act like she's been victimized. Zari claims she wanted to get to know Annie, but not anymore. And Swanky is done, and he's done at this point. This whole him and Annie thing, he's just done. Okay, so while they're outside, Cafe, Kelly, and Fantana are still sitting in there. Annie at this point has gone, and so Cafe thinks that Zari is Two-Faced. I would like to agree with that, but I can't right now. So in the next scene, Naked meets up with Diamond and Luis, and they're off-roading. And y'all, Diamond is in that car shaking like booty meat, y'all, because he is so scared. But he claimed he doesn't want Naked to know that he's scared. He want to act like he hoard. Like, no, sir. You shaking, okay? But it was fun. It looked really fun. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. My stomach was in knots when it went down that little hill. I was like, my Lord, I cannot. So the guys get out of the car. They have a conversation. Diamond tells the guys that he met with Shakib. Shakib is fine, okay? He met with Shakib. He said it was cool. You know, they came to an understanding and a resolve or whatever. But I don't think Diamond is going to stop trying to get at Zari. I just don't think so. Diamond don't give me that. So Naked asks Lewis about Cafe. Lewis says, I don't know anything about her except for she's pretty, she's smart, you know, she has the coin, she's all of the things on paper. She's beautiful, you know. So he said he doesn't know her. So Diamond was like, well, since you don't know her, I want to see what Cafe's about. And I was like, bitch, Diamond ain't nothing but a damn Stevie J. He ain't nothing but a African version of the damn Stevie J. All right? So now you're going to try to see what's up with Cafe. So I don't think it's going to cause a wedge between him and Luis, but it definitely would put more of a wedge between Cafe and Zari and Fantana and Cafe. Because let me tell y'all, even with Fantana, just hold on, know what side she want to be on. Okay? You want to be Cafe's friend because her and Zari's beefing. Like, now that's who's Two-Faced. That's who's Two-Faced. Okay? Her and Nadia are just whack. They are whack to me, y'all. I'm sorry. They can go. Yes, they are messy. They keep the mess going, but so does Zari. It's not always Annie, and I'll get to that shortly. So anyway, I was like, okay, Diamond. Okay. So Lewis says he would like to tell Fantana, like, do you know what you're getting yourself into with this man? But Lewis said, you know what? I'm going to eat my salad and mind my damn business. As you should. As you should. I wouldn't tell Fantana because 9 times out of 10, she already know how Diamond roll. Because you sitting with his ex-wife. Like, you knew he had a girlfriend, so Fantana know how Diamond is. You just want to hold on to something. So, she just want to hold on to something. Anyway, Zari meets up with Kelly. She apologizes to Kelly for messing up her event. All is well with those two. Kelly, we see, is still messy as okay? She tries to come off like, I ain't gonna lie, Kelly, I didn't really fool with her, but I don't, because she fake as fuck. And sorry, And she tried to act like now this season I want to be the girl next door. Girl, please. So I guess her Naked may have had a conversation with her and was like, they may have saw themselves last season, and they're trying to be the top tier couple that everybody go to and talk to, and they're so calm and they're so above it. Now with Naked, I think that he has always have sound advice, and I think he's genuine. I think Kelly is genuine, but I think she owes all of this this loyalty to the ladies, to her friends who've been around for the longest, and so I'm gonna be messy with them. And it's just disingenuous to me. I don't know. But since my man ANDILE gone, okay, since ANDILE is, because I love him. Oh, y'all, let me say, y'all, ANDILE is sexy, okay? So since ANDILE is gone, because ANDILE was the sound one, he was more of the level-headed one, and now we have Naked, and I can appreciate Naked for him being level-headed with the group. Anyway, Kelly tells Zari that Cafe said that she was two-faced. So Zari was like, she never had a one-on-one with me because you don't want to have a one-on-one with her. You want to have a problem with her. Just based on the way you address people. Like, you address people like they're your damn children. And they're not. Like, when I tell y'all I like Cafe because Cafe gets Zari as two together, she gets her together. But you're not going to play with me. Play with your mother. Don't play with me. I'm sorry, y'all. I love this show. So, Kelly thinks that Annie is going through more than what she lets on, and I think so too. I don't know. Annie just, I don't want to say, but Annie really looks like something heavy is going on, and honestly, I just don't think she needs to be on the show. Nobody wants to deal with her. They don't. I just think that it's her time. She needs to be focused on her and whatever it is she have going on. Okay. And that's just me, just concerned. I don't know this lady, but I just think this lady just needs to go. Annie meets up. Naked stops at Annie's home to visit her, brings her flowers because Kelly told Naked what happened at the event. He wants to know why everybody, really just ganged up on her. He also wants to know why everybody is so malicious towards Annie. And we found out that Annie was pregnant and she had a miscarriage, but she didn't share it with anyone. And not only that, we don't even know the timeline of it. But her focal point is this voice note that she says Swanky is lying about. I do not think Swanky is lying. I do think you had something. I think he did overhear you talk about somebody. And I don't think you did it. I'm sorry. But Naked tells her, screw the voice note. Like, really, screw the voice note. And you need to be focused on this miscarriage that you just had. Like, there is nothing more important than that. Focus on what you really have going on. I do think it's still that husband and he's cheating and, but again, culturally, she's the wife, so she's supposed to stay and take this abuse. No. And it leads to other things. Like, how do I cope with somebody cheating on me? How do I cope with having a miscarriage? So people cope in negative ways, and we're not diving into Annie like we would like to. But something is there, y'all. Something is there. So Naked organizes a team building exercise with everyone, and everybody comes in their 70s attire. It was very cute, y'all. They had a good time, and I was happy to see all of these people sit here, have a good time, laugh, talk, and enjoy each other. So Zari, again, this is how mess pops off. Because here's the thing. Everybody can blame Annie. But in these 3 episodes, we have seen Nadia start some shit. We have seen Zari start some shit. We have seen Fantana start, like, a lot of these things happen because these 3 women make it happen on account of Annie. But they check you. Instead of having sidebar conversations, they're talking to each other about what each other are finding out. And then they go to the person in front of everybody, and now you create a lot of drama when you could have just called this person and be like, well, hey, this is what I heard, let's just meet up and let's have a conversation and let's come to some type of resolve. No, they like conflict, they want conflict, but it's easy to place it on Annie because y'all want her to be the villain. Yeah, Annie is a lot of things. He is I'm sorry, but Annie probably should not have said what she said at the wedding or at all. But she was not lying. Shakib is young. How is he going? Like, she was really asking the right questions. But because you come off as this boss, you don't feel like you should be questioned. You also you feel like you can question anybody at any time and how you want to. Which is why you can't with Cafe, because she keep you on your toes. You're not finna play with me. Sorry, y'all. Where's all this anger coming from, girl? Zari checks Cafe, and again, Cafe is standing on her own. While they're having this back and forth, Fantana just decides to clear it up. And Annie was like, okay, then I don't know if you heard me, but I apologize. Yeah, don't play with this one. That's all Cafe's saying, baby, don't play with me. And Cafe doesn't trust her. She just don't. And there are some people you just don't jam with. And Zari is just one of those people. I'm sorry, Zari wants to be the HBIC, and it shows. Anyway, again, everybody's having fun, and I want to point out that I already pointed that out, that everybody everybody had been starting something. It's mainly the girls. It's mainly Fantana, Nadia, and Zari. What is going on out there? They have been the main 3. And we only on episode 3. Okay? So Annie comes. She stops by. She actually just speaks to everybody. She doesn't say anything. She hugs the ones that, she know that are okay with her, which is Naked, Lewis, and Cafe. Everybody else, she just really speaks to him. Zari extends her hand to Annie and holds her hand and apologizes to Annie, and they move forward. Now, I will say this. There probably has been some type of something we missed in between with production, because I'm pretty sure the information that Naked found out, he told Kaylee. And Kaylee may have told Zari when they were sitting there having lunch. The production probably didn't want to air that part. But I'm sure Zari knew. Because if Zari knew, she wouldn't have done it. And it came from a place of care. Like, she extended her. That shit was real, y'all. Even when you look at Zari, I think she really she has some type of empathy. They know, what has happened. So I think that's where that came from. But it was just to me, it was just a breakdown in production. And again, I could be wrong, but that's just what I see. So, y'all, Kelly walks in with body and booty. I was like, come on, Goldie. Well, you better wear that gold outfit. Swanky apologizes to Kelly. And Naked talks to the crew and tells him that basically everybody just need to check in on everybody just to see how everybody's doing. Nobody does that anymore. And he reminds them that, hey, this is what we should be doing. And then in the spirit of apologizing, the spirit of everybody just doing right, Fantana apologizes to Louis as she should have, because you've been owed him an apology, not the other way around. The way he went off on you, he should have, because you a messy ass. Okay? So, in the next scene, they hug, and then they hug it out. So, Annie, Cafe asks Annie, how is she doing? Annie, is like, I'm not okay. Annie is not okay. And she's still having a hard time with the people in the group. So, she's telling Cafe, her angst about the group. And so, Swanky overhears it. He was like, I cannot sit right here and hear all of these lies and this and that. And then him and Louis got up and walked off. So she's still talking to Cafe. Zari and Nadia looks over and say, is that real? And Nadia says that Annie is over there really just lying to Cafe, manipulating is the word. I'm sorry, not lying. Manipulating her. And I'm just like, this is the reason why mess keeps going. Yes, they did have a good time. And even when Annie came, a good time should have been had. But when y'all seen her talk to Cafe, she wasn't talking directly to y'all. Even in every situation, she was not talking. She come in a situation, she don't say nothing to y'all. Y'all decide y'all want to try to check her in all the situations. I also think that I'm glad, I also believe that a lot of them in the group are glad that Swanky and Annie aren't friends, because now they can be more friendlier with Swanky. I don't know. I think Annie is jealous of the friendships that Swanky now has with other people, and she knows that they used to be really close. But I don't know. I don't know when it comes to this voice note. Annie is headstrong on that, but if you didn't butt dial him, he probably hung up. Like, he probably really hung up the phone after hearing all of this, and you wasn't even aware. But you don't think that happened, and you keep trying to play in his face as if it didn't happen. Like, if it happened, it happened. But the main thing is, you guys apologize. Yes, the friendship is different, but you were supposed to have to grow from there. But it's like, So Fantana goes over to Nadia's house. She was like, I need to talk to her. So I'm pretty sure I know what this was about. So Nadia notices that Fantana is acting really, really weird. And then Fantana tells Nadia that she's 2 weeks late on her period. And I'm like, girl, please. Girl. And so Nadia was like, I know you ain't pregnant for a Diamond. And apparently she's not sure. And this is where the episode ends. Y'all gonna get up out of my face with this foolishness. Okay? So it is apparent that Nadia did not make him strap up. Girl. Listen. I will catch y'all in the next video.